Hello and welcome to Nollywood Fellow, a channel where I talk Nollywood. Well, today I'm not in Nigeria, I'm in the neighboring Cameroon, and this happens to be the third Cameroonian movie that I've seen. And all three have so far been really good movies. But then two out of them, including this one, have been directed by Enah Johnscott. And after the Diary of a Fisherman, he brings us this beautiful film, which has been written by Baba Prox. So it's a story of a highly religious, a highly self-righteous priest or a pastor who is sent to this very dangerous locality of Mboko to spread the gospel. And while he's over there, under the compulsion of circumstances, he ends up staying with a prostitute. Do the two of them form a bond? Does he succeed in the mission? Is the story of the film. It's a juxtaposition of two worlds and worldviews. A holier-than-thou man in a place plagued with depravity. Prostitution, drugs, crime, you name it. It's all there. The conflict between righteousness and prejudices and between ethics and morals and being a victim to circumstances make for this very compelling, really beautiful film that goes into the depths of human emotions and understandings. So what I feel is the real beauty of the film is how balanced it is in its narration. The pacing of the film is also pretty good. It doesn't take much time for the pastor to arrive at the Mboko area, and it's close to a good 2 hours of runtime that is spent over there. But nowhere does it seem like a drag. And nowhere is it too hurried as well. So the story gets time to breathe, and then it keeps going. The pace is also good enough to invest the viewer in it as well. And despite the seriousness of the settings and the topic at hand, there is room for lighter moments as well. I mean, the contradictions itself lend themselves to comedy, But that being said, there is no extra attempt at comedy per se. And that keeps the balance of this the narration intact. I also highly enjoyed the Cameroonian pidgin. Right when I was just getting a hang of Nigerian pidgin, I find its Cameroonian counterpart. And this is also pretty fascinating. It's very similar in many aspects, but then there are those interesting differences as well. The character building and graphs here, they deserve a special mention. They were very well written, and the characters very well established and written, especially the character of Bisona. And the dialogues also go a long way in helping to bring out these characters even stronger. It helps bring out their motivations and their thought process. All of that is beautifully brought alive. From a visual standpoint, Enah Johnscott is adept at drawing us into these real Cameroonian settings. The way he takes the viewers through the narrow bylanes and wooden houses and these dilapidated interiors is nothing short of masterful. He's done it before, and he's done it again over here. The art direction, camera work, costumes, cinematography are all on point. And while I'm talking about visuals, I must say that I love this one scene in particular. It demonstrates how all the visual components I was talking about are brought alive, and it also shows how comedy is weaved into a very serious situation. And talking about the film, I must talk about the music. The music is very good. It's not as much a background score as it is, situational songs that play out along with every situation, and they help elevate every situation beautifully. So props to Magic Fingers, or is it Magik? I don't know, but the person deserves an applause for what they've done. Especially there's this one song that goes, "Welcome to Boku." Da, 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 da. Okay, I never thought I'd be singing in one of these videos, but that song is really groovy. Now moving on to things that didn't work for me. To put it without spoilers is a bit tough, but all I'll say is there were certain events or certain happenings that needed a little more explanation. I mean, that's all I can say as of now because I'm not giving out spoilers. And the sound design in one or two places was a slight miss. I know I'm nitpicking over here. Well, let's move on to performances. Syndy Emade as Bisona. This is probably the most likable an on-screen prostitute has ever been. This character has quite a graph, she's headstrong, she's vulnerable, she's sarcastic, she's homely, and to pull all of this off so effortlessly, Syndy deserves an applause. Seehofer Roland as Kizito, he's really embodied his role. Like when you see him, he's going to stop you to talk about the Lord. He's bang on with the self-righteous, stuck-up pastor that he plays. And talking about actors, there's our own Chidi Mokeme as well. Well, did I say our own? Well, yeah, I mean Naija Chidi Mokeme. And the man has been on quite a roll when it comes to such negative characters. And this one over here is another feather in his cap. And there were many other good performances. In fact, I can't think of a bad performance. I mean, barring a few extras here and there. But then, those are pardonable. Well, before I conclude, there's just a little warning. I'd say that if, there is some real violence over here. So if you get triggered or if you're planning to watch it with kids, you might want to sit this one out. But otherwise, Half Heaven is totally worth it. That being said, I'm really excited for Cameroonian films now. And Enah Johnscott, especially you, I'd be looking out for more from you. Well, you have one more fan from India. If you've seen the movie, do let me know what you thought about it. If you haven't, go check it out. And that's it for this time. Till next time, this is me, Nolly Goodfellow, signing off. Do like, share, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye.